Hey there, good evening, and welcome to my Candy Singing Bowl page, where I'm planning in the future to be hosting these tarot readings, because, well, it means that I can do these tarot readings every day of the week, for one thing. For those of you who might be just popping in here for the first time, I had been previously doing these on Socially Distant Fest and had really good response, but I can only do it on Fridays, and they don't seem inclined to change their minds on that, so I figured I would try it on my own page. I see somebody's watching. I'm just going to go away for a moment to turn down the music and also to add some information to the description for the video, including a PayPal link, because I'm hoping to make a little money doing this, and also just to give a description. And I can't do that, apparently, when I am podcasting from my cell phone, and the sound and video quality from my laptop are kind of so, yeah, makes sense? Hope so. Back in just a moment. If I see somebody post a question, I'll be right over. Okay, is anybody there? Okay, so I'll mention while I'm here that the music you hear in the background is created using singing bowls, and if anybody would like to buy a singing bowl, I'm a good person to come to. This is a Naga bowl. Now, because I made this drone that you're hearing in the background partially with the intention to play music to it, I'm going to play my flute until somebody comes along and asks me a question. see I have a viewer. So, as you know, I'm here to do single card tarot draws. So, if you'd like to ask a question, now's your cue. In the background, you're listening to a sleep track that I made using a singing bowl, a very deep tone singing bowl in my shop. So, if you want singing bowls, know who to come to. But, in any case, it's not saying, I see a little icon, avatar, and, but I'm not good enough to recognize who you are. But if you'd like me to answer you a question, just add one in the comments for this video. Oops. Whoever you are, you want me to draw you a card? Whoa. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is the wish card. It means that you get... Oh, hi Louise. You can just ask right here. What question would you like to ask? Yeah, just post it as a comment. Okay. Give me a second here. So, I'm not quite sure, whatever your question may be, the answer that I've drawn, pardon me, the card that I've drawn is the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups, as you can tell from looking at it, represents good times, some cause for celebration, enough to, maybe just an excuse to get together and have some time with friends. Oh, hello. So Deke, don't you think that's just a little bit presumptuous? Anyway, will I be working at a job in the near future? I'd say from this card, Louise, that the answer would seem to be yes. Or to be more precise, that there's going to be a cause for celebration, good times, getting together with friends. So I would take this as an indication that the answer is likely to be yes, or at the very least, even if you're not necessarily working at a new job, you're going to be having a cause to be happy about something in your life. Here, I'll draw another card just now. I drew this before knowing what your question was, so now I'll draw this. King of Rods, King of Pentacles, pardon me. So it's possible that you will have the aid or the help of somebody who is in a financial field or something where dealing with either money or things of value. It could also be that somebody will provide you with some financial backing to help you realize a goal that you would like to achieve. The King of Pentacles represents, as I said, usually it's considered to be a man, but really these cards can represent somebody of either gender. But the qualities of this card are methodicalness, clear-sightedness, an ability to make decisions without being overly swayed by short-term considerations. So I'd say that these two cards together are a very good indication that maybe with a little bit more planning, it might be saying that making a more refined job search strategy. Now, mind you, if you've already put in for a job, I would say that this is a good indication that you might be accepted. In any case, I never guarantee anything. I always say to people, these are just cards and I'm just the tarot reader. And, but I try to say what I see that the cards are telling me. So I see I have 3 people watching right now. I'm just going to take a quick look off to the side here just to make sure that there's no messages or anything that I should be missing. So, I can see another person's avatar here. If you'd like to ask a question, now's a good time. Oh, I see I have 4 people. 4 people! Yay! Any case, like I said earlier, I've been doing these tarot podcasts on Socially Distant Fest, but they only let me do them one day of the week, and I had some problems getting my last podcasts live, so I'm trying it out here on my Cami Singing Bowls page, because I figure people that like tarot readings probably also like singing bowls as well. Like this singing bowl, for example. I should play something, though, that's a bit more... This is a rather high-priced singing bowl. This one here is a lot more affordable. This would be about a $25 to $35 bowl. A moment. One day of the week. I had some problems getting my last podcasts live, so I'm trying it out here on my Cami Singing. One day of the week. I had some problems getting my last podcasts live, so I'm trying it out here on my Cami Singing. Okay, you'll pardon me. Somebody thought fit to pop in earlier and post something about being sent by the ancestors to provide revelations. They were in Nigeria, apparently, and so, yeah. Sure, Anja, not being taken seriously? That's unfortunate. You know, I've had really bad experiences myself with medication, and for that matter with doctors. My present doctor is young, but he's not very hip, shall we say, or doesn't seem to be. And I suffer from epilepsy, and as you probably know, epilepsy is one that they like to prescribe really powerful medications. In any case, so here's a card for you, Anja. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords represents a woman who has a very keen awareness of what she likes and what she doesn't like. She's also very discriminating. She might have been hurt by something in the past. Sometimes the Queen of Swords is a woman who has lost a child. Whatever the case is, she's not the sort of person that likes to be pushed around or to be told what to do. And in the context of your question, here, I'll draw another card in a moment to sort of amplify what this card is saying. But what to do about your health? I would say that the cards would say that, well, with the sun here, the sun represents being in protected circumstances, being with somebody that you trust and with somebody that you have a really good rapport, somebody that you can depend upon to support you. Now, I guess you could look amongst your friends and acquaintances, and like, I'm not quite sure what not being taken seriously means in your context, and I don't really necessarily need to, but I know I always draw myself into these readings, and for myself, I've elected not to take a medication for my health issue, and I just know that my doctor's not going to agree with that. Yeah, I guess the video that I was playing in the background has come to an end, and now we're hearing the chime which is supposed to wake us up. In any case, as I said, my doctor was just insistent, you got to be taking something. And in the case of me, it was this medication called clobazam, which depressed me. And so the question is, do I to take this medication which depresses me and has other side effects, including the long-term damage to my liver if I take too much of it, and so on and so forth. In any case, Andy, what I'm saying is, if you have your own ideas as to what makes you, or to be more precise, not necessarily ideas, well, though the Queen of Swords is a very thinking sort of individual, intuitions, perceptions, perhaps would be a better, I'm, having just said some nasty things about doctors and medications, I do have to say, of course, that doctors and medications save lives an awful lot of the time, but they're not infallible. And I do know that in the past I've had some pretty bad experiences, like I said earlier, from well-intentioned medical personnel. In any case, don't do anything, I would suggest, that absolutely flies in the face of what most people would consider sensible. And I'm not talking just doctors here. Just to use something that you probably not ever would have considered. I heard that some people were injecting themselves with anthrax vaccine to try to get rid of COVID or something like that. Any case, one more card here to see. I would look amongst your friends and acquaintances and see whom amongst them you feel most at home discussing your issues. It is always an idea to get the advice of a medical practitioner, just because it's nice to have a range of opinions. And, doctors do spend an awful lot of time perfecting their skills as a physician. So when I disagree with my physicians, I don't do so lightly. And probably you don't either. In any case, the Two of Rods represents usually some sort of business partnership or some partnership in a creative venture, more or less on equal terms. Like I mentioned here with the sun, you see these two people looking into each other's eyes, just unafraid of what they might see there. So, what to do about your health? Do get the support of another person. Do get another person involved, but do trust in what you believe is to be good for you. Now, if that means you think you should be all by yourself all the time, well, I guess ignore. Like I say, if something doesn't work for you, doesn't feel helpful, ignore it. I'm not the most social person in the world. In fact, I'm not very social at all. It doesn't mean I hate people. It just means that when I'm alone, I'm pretty okay being alone. And I just don't have this urge to call people and talk to them and stuff. But as one gets older, it's, I think, better to be more connected. And people really, in my opinion, are on the whole pretty good. And they also suck. It's one of these paradoxes and mysteries of life. People at once are pretty good, and they also suck and let you down. The challenge is to keep faith, eh? In any case, I hope that you found that at least a little bit helpful, Anja, and if you have further questions or would like to arrange a private reading, please feel free to message me. In any case, I was expecting a few more people to be showing up than have so far shown up. What time is it? It's 9:23. I'm going to keep podcasting for at least until 9:30, because I did start pretty much on time, like I promised. But I didn't finish my evening dance session. And, well, maybe I'll just go off dancing for a while, and if I see anybody's posted a question, I'll come back. Does that sound like a plan? In any case, I am ready for the next question. But in the meantime, you're hearing another sleep track in the background. This is my New Year's Eve sleep track. Power nap, actually. Yeah, so at the end of this, there'll be another chime. I know what I'll do. I'll play I'll try this Kenya. A friend of mine, a very talented musician named Madison Ellis, who unfortunately has chosen, well, fortunately or not, to withdraw from Facebook and even YouTube for the time being, because he just found social media too upsetting. Gave me this beautiful Kenya, and I don't play it nearly enough. singing bowl for your pleasure. And don't forget, if you need to get a singing bowl, this is the place to come to. Well, what time is it now? It is 9:25. Well, I'm glad that at least some people showed up. I'm probably going to try podcasting some other days of the week, as well as uploading to YouTube, just so people can know. Because, like I said, I'd like to have a little bit more creative freedom, I guess, over this podcast. But if it really doesn't work out, I suppose I can continue doing it on Socially Distant Fest and just have to find a different way to post a link to PayPal. Any case, Sean, where are you? I thought you were going to be here. In any case, thank you for continuing to watch. I'll just draw a card for myself. Sort of, okay, what does my next year look like financially? Do I dare? I rarely read for myself because it's just so hard to be objective. And unless I get something like that super obvious, like, say a 10 of, hi Sean, yeah, you got here. So, I'll draw some cards for you if you like. I was just about to draw a card for myself to ask, what does my financial future look like this year? I don't usually do cards for myself because, like I was saying, it's just so hard to be, what's the word? Objective. In any case, here's a card for you, Sean. Thank you for coming. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles represents a woman who, as I've said in other readings where she's shown up, knows what she likes, knows what she wants. She knows what makes her happy, and she's willing to indulge herself. She has a lot of organizational ability, a lot of leadership ability as well. And she's the sort that can command a great amount of loyalty. She's the sort as well who is able to share her affections with more than one person. I guess you're welcome, Anja. I guess here I'm thinking of the Queen of Pentacles as she shows up in the Mythic Tarot. It's a deck that I've liked, but I've not actually done much reading with it. And on the whole, I probably won't. But because some of the cards are just so much in sort of opposition to the normal interpretations of tarot cards, like the Devil is one of them, I think, that I refer to offhand. But in any case, in the Mythic Tarot, the Queen of Pentacles is represented by Hippolyta, who is the Queen of the Amazons. And one of the things that she shows up is in the tales of Hercules, or Heracles, actually, as he's known in Greek mythology. Hercules is the Roman version. In any case, she decides that she wants to have a child by Hercules, not to be his wife or anything like that, but she decided she wanted to have his child because, of course, he was Heracles, and that was pretty impressive. So it could be that there's going to be an opportunity for you in the near future, Sean, to indulge yourself in something. It might cost a little bit of money, but you should be able to afford it. I'll draw another card just to see if we can have a little bit of clarification on that. It could be with regards to a new creative venture. I know that you're a creative musician, and I know as well that you are hoping to recover yourself from some certain health issues. I'm just sort of remembering now. I'm cheating. In any case, the Ace of Rods means, well, the beginning of the attainment of a dream, I guess. or not so much a dream as sort of a gut wish, perhaps would be a better way to express it. The Knight of Pentacles. Just all these dependable people here in this reading. Knight of Pentacles, as I've said before, is one of my favorite cards. He's the sort that will succeed, not necessarily because he's inspired and brilliant, though it's always possible he could be, but because he's very persistent, he's methodical, he's attentive, he's diligent, and he's willing to try all the things that he needs to try until he finds something that works. So this is why I say that a card like, say, the Knight of Cups might be a little bit more inspired and have a visions. That's it. But before he gets there, he might be distracted by that shiny, beautiful flower over there on the side. The Knight of Rods might just sort of come to a conclusion, just very quickly where he wants to go, but he might get really upset on his way there and just sort of waste a lot of time dealing with some problem that he's caused by getting angry. I know what that can be like. In any case, the Knight of, and of course there's the Knight of Swords, and he's just likely to burn the tower down as to rescue the damsel inside, unless he sort of stops to think a little bit. Which he's good at. It's just that he's very impetuous, and sometimes when he thinks he knows the answer right away. And yeah, I trust myself. Oh, that was it. As it first comes to mind. Okay, go do it. Got to do it now. Anyway, I'm talking too fast. Knight of Pentacles, he's not like that. He's slow and steady, and he wins the race. So, in any case, Sean, whatever it is that you had in mind, somebody send me a message. Pardon me. I'll look at it in a bit. If you have some sort of venture in mind or some outcome that you're hoping to achieve, the cards are saying, yeah, keep at it. Don't be afraid to be gentle with yourself and to slow down a little bit where you need to in order to be able to more effectively use your energy. In any case, I hope that helps, Sean. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm just gonna... as I said, you're welcome, Louise. So, I think that... Did I give you... Yeah, I gave a reading for everybody. That's... Sure. Okay, sure. One more question, Louise. What the heck? I have time. I can dance until 10:10, or 10 after 10 if necessary. I like to put in 4 hours of dancing a day. It helps me to stay on an even emotional keel, and of course there's all sorts of health benefits to dancing. Yeah. So I'll just wait a moment here, Louise, for you to frame your question, and I will be back in just a moment because somebody sent me a message. So post your question, Louise, and I will come back. Oh, thank you, Anja. You sent me a Grand British donation in a Grand British pound. That's really cool. Sure, I'll pull a card for your wife. Okay, Louise, will your health improve? Well, I always hope so. I sure hope mine will improve too. By which I mean I hope I don't have a seizure next week. I've been having grand mal seizures about every 6 weeks for the last year. It's a drag. So my plan is to sort of be up at that time of day when normally, because I have them first thing in the morning while I'm asleep. In bed. Best place to have them. Or one of the best places to have them. Any case. But it's still a drag. My tongue gets sore, my shoulder gets sore, my partner gets scared. Sometimes the ambulance comes and it's annoying. Oops. Oh, you're welcome, Louise. If you look in the description for this video, you should be able to see a place to make a donation. Otherwise, it's sort of like capital Glen, capital Hoban. Any case, here's a card for you, Louise, and then next I'll draw a card for your wife, Sean. It's the Hanged Man. So as much as I would like to say otherwise, the Hanged Man doesn't indicate that your health is going to get worse, but it more or less seems to indicate a continuation of current conditions. Maybe I'll draw another card just to see what we can. I'll draw 3 cards for you, just to be nice here. And because I prefer to leave positive readings, and because you're intending to send me a donation, and so I usually give 3-card readings for donations, pardon me. So the Hanged Man indicates a situation of stasis, and so we'll say that this is probably the past situation, maybe the present. The thing about the Hanged Man is the meaning of the card is to try to gain insight on a situation by no longer trying to control it. With regards to health issues, I'd say that that's a situation which sucks. I want to be able to control my health condition, and I expect you do too. But the meaning of the card is that there are certain things that we can't influence, and we just have to sort of recognize when we can't influence something. In my case, I guess you could say my version of that, because like I say, I always draw myself into my readings, is I suffer from sciatica, and I suffer from epilepsy. I can't get rid of either of those things. The sciatica in particular refuses to go away. If I sit down too long, it starts to rear its ugly butt. In any case, and I have to stand up. But I can still do things like, the dancing is one of those things. I'm standing up, I'm keeping limber, moving my spine from side to side. So, next card. So I just have to accept it. Hey, it's not going to go away. I have to live with it. So the King of Cups is a person who has very strong emotions, but is in control of their emotions and doesn't let themselves get carried away. Somebody that I could stand to be a little bit more like at times. So it would seem to say that. Let's see what this card here will have to say. The Six of Swords would indicate an improvement of your condition. It might be that your emotional state is something that can help influence how badly the symptoms of whatever it is that you are suffering from, how badly that they affect you. It's not simply the case that you can just put on a happy face and the world is going to be better, but nevertheless, having a more neutral or more balanced emotional response towards things makes a lot of things easier. So I guess I could say that the cards are saying that maybe the overall condition won't change a lot, but yet somehow you'll suffer from it less. I'll draw another card as a sort of wrap-up here. The Six of Swords represents a transition to a more tranquil environment from a situation of uneasiness or even feelings of betrayal. And of course, I don't know about you, but I feel betrayed by my body. Don't you? How could you do this to me? I thought we were friends. Any case, so the card doesn't necessarily represent an end of the matter, an end of the journey, but it does represent an opportunity to recuperate. So I'm going to draw one more card, and I hope that I don't draw too many extra cards, because the more I draw, the more chance I'm going to get a bad card. In any case, what do we have? Eight of Cups, pardon me. I guess it would seem to say that you might end up being dissatisfied with the solutions that are offered and seeing if you can find something better. I know that I've not been terribly satisfied with the solutions that have been offered to me to remediate, don't you love that word? Remedy, sorry, I love using big words occasionally. Remedy my health conditions. I'm hoping that what I'm trying now will be more effective than dousing myself with brain-numbing medications. In your own case, as I said, I don't know what sort of condition that your health is giving you problems with. As I said, it looks, as I said, overall an improvement, perhaps more of an improvement in your emotional outlook towards it, dissatisfaction with the current method of treating it, and dare I, you might wish to talk to another doctor. Now, King of Rods, pardon me. King of Rods represents a man who's very firm of will. He has a lot of intention that he wants to see expressed in the real world. So I would find somebody perhaps who's really passionate about whatever health issue it is that you're suffering from. There are people that are devoted to whatever it is that's ailing us. You know, if in my case I could possibly search out, you know, I'm not giving up on my present doctor quite yet, but if I do, I could search out somebody who's really passionate about alternative methods for treating epilepsy or something like that, you know, other than pharmaceuticals. So this is a suggestion perhaps that the cards could give you. So I'm going to hope that helps. I'm going to draw another card now for Sean's wife. I'm just going to get a little something to drink. I'm getting a little hoarse. Ooh, exciting news from the world of science. I like reading science articles. Dark matter could be destroying itself in the bellies of exoplanets. It could. Are you as disturbed as I'm not? In any case, someday we'll find out what dark matter is. Oh, okay. Okay, Louise, I'll send you a message after this video if that's okay with you. Okay, that works for me. Not everybody has PayPal. Thank you very much, and no worries. Okay, so I'll do that right now. Okay, I'll do it. I don't want Sean to have to wait for too long. I'll do it in just a moment. Please forgive me. Okay, so Sean, here's a card for your wife. Oh dear. Five of Rods. Five of Rods usually indicates a situation of conflict. It could be a situation where you have to defend your point of view against somebody else. Or whether you are just a situation where everybody wants the same thing. That's another sort of situation that the Five of Rods sometimes shows up in. It can mean, you know, the good side of the card. Well, I'm gonna draw three cards for you as well because the devil. Did I say the good side of the card? Maybe there isn't one. Now, as I almost always say when I get this card, is I don't personally believe in a supreme being of uttermost evil who has it in for people and wants to get their uttermost soul so he can do something nasty with it. The devil is often a card which means that somebody is being controlled by something that they don't recognize consciously. In a lot of versions of this card, you can see that there's two people dancing around, two naked people dancing around, man and woman, dancing around in front of the devil, unaware that they've got chains around their necks and that the devil is holding the ends of the chains. So it could be, well, I'll draw another card here to see what we have here. It could be that there's something which is troubling. Like the Queen of Cups is a woman who is very emotional, has a lot of interest in the arts, sort of a dreamy, all of the cups, the suit of cups is a kind of dreamy individual, are kind of dreamy individuals, pardon me. Um, and the Queen of Cups is no exception. Now, it could be that that she's being troubled by something, or that there's something which is causing her to, or maybe somebody she knows, to get into situations of conflict or stress, and not really understanding the reason why. Once again, I know this happens with me sometimes. Happened last week, as you know, with Socially Distant Fest, which is unfortunate. Whoever contacted me really shouldn't deal with people, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm going to draw a card of resolution after this, but what I'm kind of getting out of this also is that there could be something that's just troubling your wife and is causing her some sort of inner conflict. Maybe she doesn't really know what the source of it is, and it's really hard to sort of look at the back of our heads, so to speak. You need the mirror of somebody else, or you just need a really good mirror. At least I still need a mirror to look at the back of my head. In any case, I'm going to draw a card of resolution for this, which will hopefully be something nice and helpful and insightful. The world. So it could be just that your wife is feeling a little overwhelmed by the world in general. The world means totality, wholeness, freedom also. It could be, so I mentioned with the devil being controlled by something that one is unaware of. Well, the world is kind of not exactly the opposite, just sort of entirely out of there. It's not in the same realm. So whatever it is that's, if there is something in specific that's causing your wife unquiet or conflict or something like that, what could be necessary is to try to view the situation from a larger viewpoint. Sometimes that's not very satisfying, like I say, oh gosh, my house burnt down, but on the bright side that is, and that's not what I'm talking about here. But it could be so, okay, unfortunately we've had all these negative experiences, or we've had some negative experiences due to this influence which we are unaware of. But taken from a certain perspective, it's not necessarily all that important. Once again, to use a personal example, shall I use a personal example? Oh well, my little foo-for-ah with Socially Distant Fest. Does it, for this last week, I've been mostly doing videos on YouTube and my own page, rather than posting anything in Socially Distant Fest. And part of the reason for that is, though I had a fair amount of appreciation and views in Socially Distant Fest, other than the tarot readings, not actual revenues. And, well, I figured maybe I should spread the wealth a little bit. But is it really worth, when all's said and done, the thing that made me mad, is it really all that important? Is it really all that worth my while to continue to prolong a silly conflict? Sometimes, as somebody said, it's more important to have peace than to be right. The American painter James Mcneil Whistler, yes, here's yet another obscure reference, once took somebody to court over, I think some reviewer or whatever had expressed the opinion that his art wasn't even art, or something like that. And, well, the long and short of it was, Whistler won the court case, but he really lost a lot of money. And he didn't make much money off of the court, like he made $1 or something like that. And so it really was what we call a Pyrrhic victory. In any case, I hope all of that helps. I think that I'm going to call it a night, because I've been here for at least 40 minutes, I think. Thank all of you who showed up and posted questions. It was fun. And I'll probably do it here again. I may or may not do it on Socially Distant Fest again. Take care. Have a good night.